I'm gonna let my internet get a little bit more stable before I begin talking. Ooh, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on here. And to me, a while is like a week or so being off of YouTube. So I want to just go ahead and talk about love and how we just have some misconceptions about love. I know me personally, when I was younger, I was the girl that loved Cinderella, that believed in fairy tales, and someone one day told me, like, you know what? You in them little princess movies is why you have this misconception of like what love is supposed to be. Maybe I thought like my white and shining, what is it? Your white and shining armor, come on a horse and come and save you. And I just kind of like had this misconception of like what love really is. And I didn't learn until adulthood. I didn't learn this subject until I went to church and I learned from somebody who's been married for over 20 plus years, and how society has failed us and these love songs have failed us on what love is, because all these love songs and these movies, they all push just one agenda. It's this feeling that you give me, right? So you have this feeling that you love somebody, and you can have that feeling for somebody that you don't even know. Have you ever felt like you love somebody that didn't even know you exist? I know I have. I have had a situation where I was so in love with somebody and they did not even know I exist. Um, Sylvia, we are talking about how society and the misconceptions of love and how society and our parents have failed us. I know my parents really didn't talk about, my grandparents, they didn't talk about love at all. So my learning of love was from TV and movies and Disney movies and princess and love stories and all this other stuff. And we were taught that some man was supposed to come in and change our lives and make us feel like we're the most beautiful thing in the world and that sweep us off our feet, right? And then we have happily ever after. What is really happily ever after? They don't, they never show us what happens after. We just see them getting married, kiss, and going on about their life. We never really see what happens after the marriage. So in my head, I just thought life would be perfect after you get married to this person and after he comes and sweep you off your feet. We don't know that. But in society, we grew up, as children thinking that what love was, and that if it wasn't always happily ever after, then it's not real love. And so I'll go further into other movies where it's the girl and the guy and they have this weird relationship, right? Or they sleep together on the first day, or friends with benefits is like a perfect one. Like it's like, oh, they're friends with benefits, and all of a sudden they start catching feelings. Most of the time in society, that is not how that goes. And ladies, we all know, like, comment below and let me know, because most of the time when you start off friends with benefits, it it does not end in a way where you think it ends like the movie. You expect it to be like, well, I caught feelings. And then you find yourself saying, well, I caught feelings for you. And then the guy is just like, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Or the girl is like, I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't feel the same way. And you're like, but it happened in the movie though. So what did I do wrong? And then you're looking at yourself like you did something wrong. That is not, we just have this really, we have to be very careful of like Hollywood, and the agenda that they are pushing when it comes down to relationships and love and sex, because they just make it seem like, you can just throw yourself out there and be a hot ass mess, right? You could just be this woman that's drunk, or a guy that's drunk, or a guy that's a habitual cheater, and he finds the one that changes his whole life. Like, ladies, like, I swear, like, we all wanted that bad boy, we would see in these movies, and all of a sudden, boom, like, he just changed the whole game around for one female. Like, that is not what, like, it was all because of her I changed myself. And so women, we put our self-worth into that. We will be like, yeah, you know what? We'll jump into competition because I'm going to be the one to change him. I'm going to be the one that makes him fall for me because you have that in your subconscious mind that you could possibly change this person and that this person is changing because of you. And I preach this all day on my channel. People don't change because of you. They change because they want that change within themselves. It has nothing to do with the other person. It has everything to do with, yeah, it can help out. Like, I want to be a better man. I want to make sure that she is catered to her needs, and I'm going to pay attention to those needs. And that is all him choosing to be a good man. That is him choosing to be. You know, it's all about timing. And if you meet somebody in the wrong timing, it is not meant to be. I've met great people where I'm like, man, like, this would have been a great relationship, but wrong time, you know? And so that means that it was not meant to be. So ladies, we gotta stop putting ourselves in these positions where we think we can change a guy and he's telling us he loves us. Let me tell you what love is. Love, like it says in the Bible, love is love thy neighbor, love is not envious, love is not pain, and so on. I don't have the whole verse on me right now, but you guys get the grip. You know, y'all get what I'm saying. Um, you get the gist of it. That's what I'm trying to say. You get the gist of it. And so what is love? Love is a command. Of course it's a feeling. Of course it's a feeling you have with that person, but is it just that feeling? Because people who find themselves being married or in long-term relationships all of a sudden say, the spark that I once had is not there. So he must not be the one. And that is not always the case. That person can be everything that you want and more, but something happened along the way where the spark is not there anymore, you know? And then what do? We go look for, we have the 80, you know, men have the 80, and then they also go look for the 20. But then they're like, yeah, I love you, but you know, like I need that 20%. No, love is a command. And let me tell you why it's a command. Because you may not always want to make the right decision because we are humans and we are humanly flawed. You may not always want to make the right decisions. But what my pastor said to me that one time, he said, I make sure I don't put myself in situations to cheat on my wife. I don't even want to be tempted. It's not to say that I would be tempted. I just don't even want to put myself in that situation because I choose to honor and love and respect my wife. When me and my wife are fighting, I choose to walk away from certain situations and not further the argument because I love her and I want this to work. I choose to date my wife and take her out on dates. No matter how long we've been together, how many children we have, I'm going to spoil her as if we are still dating in the beginning. That is a command. That is effort. That is something that somebody is choosing to do because we may not always want to do that, but you are commanding yourself to do that because that is what love is. Because somebody can tell you that they love you all day. And have you ever, and just put like a emoji, a hand emoji, if you ever been in a situation where someone told you they loved you, but they did the complete opposite of what love is. I know I can raise my hand. Like, oh, I love you. I'm so sorry I cheated on you. I love you. Oh, I'm so sorry I called you out your name, but I love you. I'm so sorry that I left and came back, but I love you. I'm so sorry that I didn't take you out or giving you any attention, but I love you. See, all these hands are being raised in the comment section right now just proves my point. This is why I always preach you have to love yourself more than you love somebody else because you may love that person. And I'm going to give you an example. You love that person, right? And they say, oh, I love you, but I'm sorry I cheated on you. I'm treating you like crap. And you tell them they are treating you like crap and they continue treating you like crap, but then they want to slap the slap a band-aid on it with love, right? And say, I love you. And this is why people start to give up on love and think that love is so meaningless because people just say it without having any type of real thought and effort and commitment to that word that they are saying. They're just saying it. And That's crazy because I know I'm not the only one. Like, guys, I'm raising my hands too. And we find ourselves loving someone, right? And they say that they love us, but they do the complete opposite. And it leaves you confused. A lot of you guys hit me up and be like, I'm so confused because he said he loves me. So why would he do this? Or he says he loved this, but why would he do this? Because that's not love. That is not love. Love is when you love yourself. Like, example, this person continues to tell you that they love you, but they treat you really bad, and you continue to stay with them. Now you are telling yourself that you don't love yourself. So now, how can somebody else love you when you don't even love yourself? So now you're in a situation where you're not loving yourself. The person that you're hanging on to is not showing you, honoring you, or giving you any type of respect, but you're hanging on to them so tightly for them to not leave you or work out this relationship, and you're fighting for something, and then you find out at the end when the relationship is all over, you are tired, you are drained, you are depressed, and you have that feeling of emptiness inside. You know why you feel so empty? Because you did not love yourself. You did not love yourself first, and you did not, and that other person that you were trying to pour into did not love you either. And then you wonder why you feel so empty. So therefore, you need to go back and rebuild yourself. And love to me is having boundaries, setting respect, having dignity for yourself. You know, not constantly putting up with someone to cheat on you for certain benefits, or just to say you have somebody, or just because you don't want to lose that person. Love is putting yourself first and say, this is no longer serving me. I am no longer happy, and I'm trying to make this relationship work by communicating with you, but you are continuing to hurt me and do things that cross the line and cross my boundaries. Therefore, I am commanding myself to leave this situation even when I don't want to leave this situation, because I choose to love myself. That's why I say love is a command, because it may not always be something you want to do. You may not want to leave that relationship. You may not want to give up on the relationship or give up hope on that person. But at the end of the day, you have to command yourself to walk away from certain situations that no longer serve you. That is why love is a command and not just a tingly feeling. Because I've gotten in arguments with people where I'm like, I don't feel like I love you right now, but I do. But when you're mad at that person and you're upset with that person, that tingly feeling is not there at the moment. So does that mean you technically don't love that person? No, that does not mean you don't love that person. That just means that while you're in the argument with that person, how would I maneuver out of this conversation to where it ends to where we are both compromising? We're not just yelling and shouting, and there's no one's listening to each other. Because I know me, I'm like, one of my flaws is that I am a talker. So I have to command myself to listen more than talk, and listen to my partner and understand them, because I know I have my flaws. So that is a command as well. That's why I say society has failed us. Our parents, some of our parents, we didn't have parents to teach us. A lot of people grew up without their parents really telling them, what love it really is. Or you were raised in a household where it was just dysfunction, or you seen your mom dating multiple men, in and out, in and out, in and out, or you seen your dad dating multiple women, in and out, in and out, in and out, or your dad probably wasn't in your life, or your mom probably wasn't in your life, or they were so caught up in their own life they forgot about you as well. So who is there to teach you what love is supposed to be? Who is there to teach you how to love yourself? This is why I am making this channel, because a lot of people like myself did not have parents that was mature in a way, or mentally stable in a way, to teach us what love is, because they're still trying to figure it out themselves. And sometimes our parents never figure it out. And that is okay, because that's why you're here, to break that generational curse. I know that's why I started my journeys, because I'm ready to break this generational curse of toxic relationships over and over again, and putting myself last over and over and over again, because a lot of the values that we learn from our parents are not good. I I don't want to get into my household because it is what it is, but I was raised by my grandparents and they were, you know, born in the 50s. They have a very different way of doing things than I would want in my relationship, but I had to learn that along the way. So let me go into some of these comments here. A lot of people don't have value, feel a lot of men want the next best thing until they are old and alone, and then it's too late for them to learn. That is true, and that is very sad, because I don't know how many arguments where it's men on my channel that come here and they're old with no kids and they're bitter and they go, women like you, or da 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 da. I've been attacked plenty of times where it's like, well, I'm glad I don't have no kids. Dude, you're 40. You don't have no kids, you a man, and you think that that's like all grand and happy. Okay, like, what are we really doing here? These 40-year-old old men telling these young dudes advice, it's just mind-blowing to me. And the man don't have like no stable relationship, never been married, never had any kids. Men have it a little bit more easier to find somebody to wife up than, okay, but you want to get, okay, you want to come on my channel and talk mess, okay. Like, that is so true. And yeah, Sylvia, you grew up with your mom only, so you probably didn't get to see how a functioning relationship is supposed to go. And even if you did have two parents, that doesn't mean you know what a functional relationship is supposed to be like. Our parents is supposed to be the setting stone of how, you grow up and you see how your dad's supposed to love your mom. Like, a lot of us weren't blessed like that, and a lot of people are in divorce households, or single parent households, and that is the reality of it. Or people are together and they're miserable together, or they together, like, I've had friends where their parents are together and they've been together for years, but their dad constantly cheats on the mom, and even to the point where the child has to be involved in the mess to protect the mom. Like, I can't let my mom find out about this woman, like, like. And then now that person is in a relationship where they constantly get cheated on. So it's just kind of like, it doesn't even matter about the two parent household. Don't let nobody try to shame you because you're a single mom or a single parent or a single dad trying to make things work in your household, because just because there's two parents here doesn't mean it's functional. So let's get into, my parents cheated on each other, and dad was rude enough to bring another woman with her 5 kids. Yeah. Let's break that generational curse. We are here. We are declaring today, and I want you to put in the comment section, I declare I'm going to break this generational curse of toxic relationships. I am going to break the generational curse of not putting myself first. I just want you to, like, put those affirmations in the comment section, because this is you telling yourself and telling the universe that you are no longer going to accept the toxic generational curse that keeps happening over and over and over again. I look at my grandmother who went through an abusive relationship. My great grandmother who was in an abusive relationship, and I found myself, and my mom was in an abusive relationship. So you got the great grandmother, the grandmother, my mom was in abusive relationships, and I found myself in an abusive relationship long ago, and I said, enough is enough. I am not going to carry this on. This is not going to be who I am, and I'm not going to let you destroy me. I'm not going to let you bring me down to where you are and ruin my life. And I walked away, and I said I will never put up with abuse again, because that is something that is like line crossing. I don't care if you apologize. I am breaking the cycle. Exactly, BF. I am breaking the cycle of that, and that is not going to happen again. My sister broke the cycle of, she got married and got a house and had a kid. She broke that cycle of, having kids out of wedlock, or, she is just breaking generational curses. And I may not be perfect. But I'm breaking generational curses in my own way, and I'm learning from my mistakes, so I won't do them again, and I won't find myself in this repeated pattern and cycle of just continuing over and over again of these toxic relationships. So let's get into the comment section again. Pay attention to any red flags too. It's never too early to cut him off. That is definitely true. That's why it's so important to write down your deal breakers, or if that person is doing something that you don't like and you sit down and talk to them about it, and it's just like, and I'm not talking about cheating, but if they do something or they say something or how they talk to you and you don't like it and they continue to do that, then yes, you have every right to walk away from that situation. Let's see. It probably wasn't all bad intentions for your dad to bring in stepmom with those 5 kids. Somebody had to cook in the house. Okay. Love is learned by experience. It is. I am going to break generational curses by having self worth and healing my next relationship. Good job, Andrea. Gotta break the cycle. Amen. I didn't grow up seeing black love, marriage, and the sacrifices it takes. So now that's definitely something I have to work on for myself. I have a strong black woman complex that needs to, yes, ladies, I have a strong minded too, and that is not feminine at all. And I'm continuing my feminine journey as much as you guys are completing your feminine journey. And I'm learning throughout the relationships, like, okay, let me let a man be a man, like, because I grew up with my grandmother, it was just, she was very strong minded and she was very very vocal and very opinionated, and she said what she had to say, where it wasn't that feminine energy, she couldn't really be her feminine energy. Like, she couldn't live in her feminine energy. So I was always told, you gotta be strong, you gotta be this, you gotta be that. And then we grow up and we be so strong minded to where we don't let a man be a man and just kind of just, so that is why it is so important to Jade that black, especially black women or women of color, we're told by society and we're told by our black men, you got to be strong. Yeah, she a single mom, she'll be good, she'll do it. Like, it's like, I can be strong, but I don't want to always be strong. I want you to be the man. I want to lead. I want to be feminine. I want to be the woman in a relationship. I don't want to be the man in a relationship. And then black men wonder why, oh, black women are so tough, or they too mouthy. It's like, which one is it? Like, you either we're too mouthy or we need to be strong. Which one is it? So that's why it's so important to go on this feminine journey and find that right king that is going to let you thrive in that feminine energy, where you're not meeting a man that's like, nah, she gotta work and pay bills just like I do, she gotta go 50-50 on everything that I do, and she gotta cook and clean, and I expect a hot meal on the table too. It's just like, where is she able to thrive to be a feminine woman? Like, there's a difference between a woman having the choice to work and doing so with her money, and then having a roommate and a man that wants to snag his pants up and say he's the man of the house, but he's only paying 50% and he's doing just as much as she is. Like, come on now. Let's break that. Let's stop settling, ladies. Stop being a pick me and pick me, because you see Cardi B, she don't cook and she clean, but she still got a ring. And I'm not bragging on her relationship, because I don't like that relationship at all. That man, I think he still cheats on her. He's just smart about it at this point. But I'm just saying, men out here wifing women that's not sitting up here doing pick me, I'll pay bills and I'll cook and I'll clean and I'll go 50-50 and I'll pay on the first date and all this other stuff. No. But we're getting into a different subject now at this point. Thanks for touching on the subject. Threatened by sometimes men can rarely handle a strong-willed woman. They feel it's like a man. If you're so, it's nothing wrong with being a strong woman, because there has to be masculine energy for feminine energy to exist. But when you are too masculine or you are too strong, where does that man feel like he can be a man in your life? You know, where can he feel like he can fit in and wear the pants and feel like a man? Because a man, that's why you find women who make so much more money and the provider get cheated on, and by their man cheats on them with a woman of lower value of them that doesn't make as much money, but she also makes him feel like a man, and he feels good because men, that's one thing about their ego is just like that ego, baby. You gotta feed it. Like, you have to, you can't just be like, oh well, I don't need you, because at a certain point he's gonna be like, okay, you don't need me, why am I here? I want to be somewhere where I'm needed, I want to be somewhere where I'm appreciated, you know. That's just facts, ladies. That's facts. um um Mariah, thank you. So women can't be successful and strong in order to sustain a healthy relationship? No, that is not what I'm saying, Maria. What I'm saying is you can be successful, but you also need to have room to not be so masculine, unless that's a type of, I want an alpha male. I want an alpha male. I will allow, I don't mind the whole like money thing. If I make more money than him, it is what it is. But I don't want a beta male. That's all I'm saying. It needs to be a balance. Exactly. It needs to be a balance there. There needs to be feminine energy and there needs to be masculine energy. If you have two people who are strong headed, that's going to clash. Sometimes you have to let a man be a man. You can be successful and you can be strong, but this is if you want that. If that's not what you want, then this channel is not for you, because I am a very feminine woman. Therefore, I want my man to lead. I feel like I believe that with the Bible. It also says men need to lead the family. I'm going to use an example. My father. My father is not a leader. And that is why my family is in shambles the way it is now, because he allowed a woman to come in and run things and disrespect his kids, and he says absolutely nothing. That is not being a leader. And I'm not trying to put my business out there, but that's true. He is not a leader and he does not lead. So therefore, when a man allows another woman to come into the home and start leading things, and he is a beta male, it's going to cause destruction. Because as a man, he needs to lead and she needs to trust him to lead. And even that same woman would complain that even though she's so strong-willed and strong-minded and came in running things, even after over 20 years of being married, she got tired. She got tired and said, I just want him to be a man and step up and lead. That is all I'm saying. Nobody wants a dictator either, though. No. That's why you got to be with somebody that you trust to lead you. You have to be with somebody that you trust, that's going to protect you, provide for you, and honor you. Because just because he leads doesn't mean he doesn't come to you. This does not mean that he's like, whatever I say, go. No, that's not love. That is disrespectful. He needs to, hey hun, I'm thinking about doing this with this situation, or I'm thinking about this big business decision. That's why it's a partnership, and he comes to you. It's not like he's making decisions and you're just like in la la land, like you don't know absolutely nothing that's going on. That's called having communication and both talking. And alpha men usually don't move until their wife approves, you know? Like if the wife is kind of like, I don't know about this, and he has to also trust her as well. Like, let's see, if it's a big financial decision where he's thinking about moving to another city. He's not going to pick up his family and just move his whole family and not consult with his wife, because that is his partner. That is his lifelong partner who he is committed to come and talk to, because men need feminine energy too. That's why they love feminine energy and they love feminine women, because they need that softness. They need that, women, we think a little better at times. We know how to rationalize out situations, and we know how to execute it in a certain way that men may need, or they may need a different perspective on it. Like, hey, hun, I don't know if we should move because of this and this and this and that. And what about the kids? And what about this and this and that? And then he goes and go, Okay, well, let me work it out and see, and let's come back to this conversation about this. And then they come and make a final decision and make a compromise about it and say, well, if I stay here, I will be making this amount of money, and this is how much I can afford doing this and this and that. But if I move here, this is how much money we can make here. And then she could talk about how long they're going to be staying in that city and then come back. Something like that. But I'm not saying this should be a dictatorship. Men should always come to their wife, and that you shouldn't be left in the dark. That's not a partnership. You're not his child, you're his wife, you're his partner, you're his rib. Like, nobody said get treated like a child. Now that's totally different. Let's talk about unyoke marriages and relationships. That would definitely be for the next subject, so go ahead and comment that below, because I need some more subjects, guys, to talk about, because I want to make sure that I'm talking about things that you want me to talk about. So I'm gonna get into these comment sections. I feel like you truly can't be at peace in a relationship if you can't do all, if you have to do all the heavy lifting. Exactly. I realized that closed mouth doesn't get fed. That's why you address things when it first happens. Exactly. I just meant where you draw the line. Sometimes guys are threatened by successful women. Maybe it's just a matter of finding someone on your own level. I mean, it just kind of depends on like what type of relationship you want for yourself. Um, like I said, I want my man to lead in my relationships. DG. I'm going back up to the first comment. I was thinking about this topic recently. Glad you're talking about it. Thank you. Um, let's see. Thank you, Naya. Um, yes. Hello, Jada. Hey, guys. All right, let's go back down to the comment section. Just trying to make sure I address everything. We can talk about unyoke marriages and relationships, because this also goes into, you're not supposed to be with that person. You don't feel right being with that person. You know that you're only with that person just to say you're with this person, but you're unhappy. Unyoke that's a whole different subject, so we'll get into that with another video. I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that love is a command. Don't take somebody for their word. Just because they say they love you does not mean that you can accept the bare minimum from them. That does not mean that, oh, I'm so sorry, babe, that I'm not giving you that attention, or I don't want to go to counseling, or I continue to cheat on you and lie to you about the most stupidest things. I've been in a relationship where a guy would just lie about the most stupidest things, and it's just like, why are you lying about something so small? Like, why that you don't have to do that, and that is not love, because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you feel like you have to continue lying to this person. That is not love. Somebody who cheats on you and hits you, that is not love. I don't care if they buy you flowers the next day and pretenders. Exactly. That love is a command, and you make sure you don't put yourself in situations where you are going to hurt the other person. You think about it, right? You're like, oh, if I give this guy my number, would I like him to do that to me? What you think differently, because you choose to respect and honor the other person when they are not there. Because that is where real love come in. Forget how you treat me when you're in front of me, how you treat me and how you talk about me when I'm not in your presence and when other people are around. Are you acting like a single man, or are you honoring me? Are you still honoring me while you're with other people? That is love. That is love. And when the spark goes away, you put in that effort to make the spark come back. That is love. Nobody's saying knocking on a dead end relationship. I'm saying if you did everything possible that you can do to make this relationship work, from counseling to communication to everything you did, and it didn't work, that's a different situation. But I'm saying putting yourself in certain situations, love is the command. Period. Forget Hollywood and forget our toxic parents and their toxic relationships. We need to start looking at what love really is. And if you don't know what the definition of love is, you can easily open your Bible and see what love is. Let's see. I'm going to look at I'm getting out of a Rouge, Niora, I'm getting out of an abusive relationship. I am so sorry. I am just going off experience. I would like to make a disclaimer that I am not a therapist or a psychologist or anything. And I send you well wishes and love and light that you choose yourself and safely get out of that situation by calling friends and family, calling a hotline, taking the necessary measures to protect yourself from that person. It is never easy leaving an abusive relationship because, as someone who works in news, it can get very scary, and that person can do things where you think that they would never do. Never underestimate somebody. If they say they're gonna hurt you, you don't take that lightly. Don't say, oh, they won't do nothing like that. No, don't take that lightly. I take that very, very serious. I'll never settle for less because there's men out there dying to treat us all like queens. Trust me, boo boo, that is so true. I am very happy, and maybe that's probably contributing to, like, I haven't made that many videos because I am being a mom. I am living my life and enjoying my life and with my man. Let's see. Yes. Are mama's boys a bad thing? My dad hates them. I don't like mama's boys. It depends what kind of mama boy is it, because if that mama's boy is allowing his mom to disrespect you and be rude to you and not honor you, and he's like, but that's my mom. No, because I've been in a relationship where the mom was disrespectful, or I didn't feel like she was being disrespectful, and he did not, it's like I couldn't even talk about how I was feeling about it so we can resolve the situation. It was like, no, don't say anything about my mom. Now that is the type of mom, or he consults with his mom about everything, or his mom tells him, well, baby, that girl is da 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 da. That's the type of mama's boy I don't really like. I don't know. He threatened to kill me. I'll take the proper precaution. Yes, you need to call for help. You need to call for help, and you need to document everything that that person says to you. And you need to call domestic violence hotline, and you need to call your local law enforcement, and you need to file a police report, and you need to make sure that you are moving in a very safe way. The things are getting crazy, and I noticed that domestic violence is going up more and more, especially during quarantine. It's just getting out of hand because people are with people that they shouldn't have been with. And now quarantine and this coronavirus pandemic is bringing out that ugliness, and a lot of people that stayed hidden with going out with friends and hanging out with friends and going to work and stuff, and now you're at home with each other. And I'm just praying for the best for you guys. Like I said, I have if somebody can drop the domestic violence hotline in the comments, that would definitely, hopefully that can help somebody. Yeah, I'm not an expert when it comes down to that. I just know to just safely get out of that situation. You have to be strategic when you are in that situation. Um, I had to cut off my friend because I have a healing personality and wanted us both to heal from our exes, but she keeps going back with her toxic ex and asks for help, and I'm getting triggered myself. I've been in a situation like that, and what you have to do is just let them be a learning lesson, because I had a friend that kept going back too, and then guess what? I don't envy nothing that that person is. I don't. They'll you'll see why you'll be happy that you decided to heal, and they were prolonging their pain. Just pray for them and keep it moving, and just tell them, like, I no longer want to talk about your ex-boyfriend anymore. I don't want to talk about him. If you're going to keep going back, we are no longer talking about him anymore. You need to set boundaries for yourself. If that's your friend, just say, you know what, I am not that type of friend, because I had to do that for myself. I am not that type of friend that you can come to and keep telling me about the same problems over and over again. I am the type of friend that's going to look for resolutions. And if that's not something that you want, don't come to me about it, because I don't want to hear about your man cheating on you for the 300th 100 times. I'm not that type of friend. So you just need to set your boundaries with your friend. Um, my definition of love is someone that corrects you, not someone that allows you to continue to be wrong. That is that is definitely true. I'm learning things about myself that I need to correct in my relationship, and vice versa. So that is definitely true. And you know what that's called? That's called communication. Instead of the other person going out and saying, I don't like that this person said this, so I'm going to go and do this. No, they're going to correct you when you're wrong, and they're going to talk about it with you because they're having communication with you. So you have to listen. You have to listen. And I'm not perfect at that either. So um let's see. Okay, guys. Um, yes, please give any advice you can to Ruige. I hope I'm saying it, Rogue. I think it's Rogue. Um, if y'all have any advice for Rogue or any hotlines or numbers for her to call, please comment that below and add her as well. I thank you guys for joining me in this live. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel for more content. I am going on vacation soon. I'm going on a vacation with my man, and I want to vlog it for you guys. So let me know if y'all want to see something like that where I get ready to go out and go on this trip. So I look forward to bringing you guys more content that's coming. It's just life has just been busy, so I try to just manage both because I have a full-time job. So and I'm a full-time mommy, and then I gotta be a girlfriend. So it's just like a balance and everything on top of that. But yes, like I want to bring you guys on prepping. I got these bathing suits, and you guys know I got a mommy body. I have a post C-section mommy body. So if you want to see me maybe do a bathing suit haul, I could do that as well. So yeah, like just comment below some ideas that you guys want me to do, and I'll mark that down. I'm really excited to go on this trip. I have my bathing suits and everything. And guys, so I'm a little nervous because I got this mommy body and I don't really be wearing bathing suits like that. So yeah, like I'm gonna take you guys on my trip, and I'm gonna vlog it. I'm gonna start doing a little bit more vlogs as I start to go out of town and do more things and experience more things and just experience life during this pandemic. Maybe I love watching them, so I would love to bring you guys on my vacation trip as well, and maybe down the line, maybe y'all can meet Boo. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank y'all so much for all the loyal subscribers, because I know sometimes I'm in and out, in and out, in and out. So I got videos coming for you guys. Just bear with me when I kind of go a little absent at times. Just know that I would never just not stop posting. I'll always keep posting. Okay, so my Instagram is in the subscription. My Facebook page, you can like that. It's also in the subscription. And I know a lot of you guys asked for my PayPal account, so I just put that in the subscription as well. I don't That's not something I'm asking for, but if you want to, and because y'all email me about it, so I'm just like, here, I'll just put it in the subscription box. So if y'all want to donate or anything, like that's there as well, but that is not needed. You guys don't have to do something like that. And if you also want to email me, my email is below. If you want to email me anonymous about advice as well, like, so all of that is down there in the subscription. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys, and just keep the conversation going after this video. And if you feel like that, trust yourself. Yeah, just keep getting great advice for you ladies and each other. It's such a community, and I just love this page because a lot of you guys, I'll go to my comment section and you guys are giving each other advice, and I just love that because I would love to make a space where you guys feel comfortable with each other. So okay, let me go ahead and go. All right guys, thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys later.